Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw, welcome back to some more World of Tanks. But before we get to it, head down below, like and subscribe, to support a lot, and let's get right into it, where today we are watching Mr. Soak 2 playing in the tier 8 French premium light tank. I think we tried saying French and premium at the same time. Tier 8 premium French light tank, of course, the one and only, the sneaky ELC Even 90, one of the best passive scouts in the game, definitely at tier 8, if not even in the whole game, as I said. Absolutely brilliant camo. That's basically all that's good about this tank. I guess the view range is okay, the gun is absolutely tragic, and it's not really that fast. Well, I guess it is fast in a straight line, but its engine is just really weak, and as you can see going up the hill, you don't really see much light tanks that go up at about 20 kilometers an hour up this hill. You know, you're more going like 25, at least 30, if not more. I always find that this tank is just underpowered in the engine compartment. It just has too small of an engine. But I guess its camo is just so good that it does need to be buffed, nerfed in other areas for it not to be just completely overpowered, because it already is really good. That camo and view range alone does kind of need that sacrifice of the gun and the kind of mobility of this tank, as Mr. Soak puts in their first 3 shells into the the T-71DA, and the AMBT shuts them down. So already up to 600 damage. Of course, this gun only doing 220 damage per shot, so you're only going to get 660 on average. 175mm of penetration on the standard rounds, and 215 on the premium rounds. It's not good. I guess it could be worse, but it is one of the lower kind of penetrations on the tier 8s. And the high explosive rounds are basically just shouldn't even look at them. Only 270 damage per shot, and 45mm of penetration. Really not good when you get stuff like the M41 90 with 320 damage per shot and 105 or 102 millimeters of penetration. You just basically shouldn't load any high explosive rounds on this tank, because it is just a waste, and you should just pack enough AP and APCR rounds to choose the right shell for when you are going to be shooting at the right target, as Mr. Soak is doing over here. Loaded the gold over here. No, it's actually still the regular rounds actually still going through the side of the Type 59, but now they are loading the APCR rounds, and that is the correct thing to do, because 175mm of penetration against that tier 8 Chinese medium tank is definitely not enough, and the APCR is definitely going to give them that extra oomph that you need to get through the front, or just more reliably the side of that tier 8. Not really sure if Mr. Soak has the best of crews, as we see over here. They are using binoculars, and they can't even spot the Type 56 at about 420 meters over there, so I'm not really sure what that's about, but they are using a food consumable as well, so maybe just not that skilled of a crew or something else. I'm not really too sure, but I guess it's enough to kill a light tank at the start and put in a couple shots towards the Type 59, but with the ELC you really need a really good crew to make the most of this tank, and a food consumable, and I'm pretty sure I've got 2 setups on this tank. One kind of just fully scout, just don't care about the gun at all. I'm pretty sure it's vents, I'm pretty sure binoculars, and no, I don't think I even use vents, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it's binoculars, commander's vision system, and the low noise exhaust system. Just as I said, fully focus on the camo and the spotting capacity of this tank, and then the other kind of setup I have is vents, vert stabs, I'm pretty sure, and I can't remember the third thing that just improves your aiming time. I'm pretty sure it's that, because it's either, you know, you get on a map like this and you need to spot, or you get on a Himmelsdorf and you basically don't even need 445 meters of view range. You just need your gun to be as accurate as possible and reload as quickly as possible as well. So those are the two setups I have, and they seem to work fairly well. I haven't really played it too much since Equipment 2.0 and all of that stuff to just fully cement and know that works well, but for the couple of games I played, it's definitely fun and works pretty well in both situations. So Mr. Soak up on the lighthouse on the cliff map over here, just spotting, putting in a couple shots towards the tanks below them, as you do in your light tank on this map. Not really too many other places to go. I guess you could spot the west, but then, you know, it's all close range and you're not really gonna use your camo and your mobility of your light tank to you know, stay outside at 4 for 5 meters, spotting and all of that stuff. So most light tank players go up on the cliff, and, you know, as we are seeing Mr. Soak over here spotting enemies down below and then shooting them, as it's really effective in a light tank, as there's a couple bushes here and there, so you can go out and not get spotted, as Mr. Soak is showing us right here. But a poorly aimed shot towards the 122 TM over there, followed up by a better aimed shell towards that tier 8 Chinese premium medium tank. Means that another round goes in, up to 1444 damage in this. Not too much spotting, but that's kind of what you get on this map. It's more of a you're going to do damage in the light tank, not spotting, unless your team kind of stay back and you kind of spot where the TVP 100 is at the K5 area. When you kind of get them spotted later on, that's kind of when you get the spotting in this on this map. So as we're going to see in this game, Mr. Soak up to nearly 2,000 damage and still 200 spotting, and that kind of that's kind of like the normality on this map for light tanks. Of course, you have much more freedom even with your heavies. You know, you can go east, you can go mid, you can go west, and you're pretty effective everywhere. Along with, you know, your medium tanks, maybe not as effective, but you can still go mid and east, and with your tank destroyers you can of course stay at the back and snipe at all of the big juicy heavy tanks that normally push around the cliff or the mid of this map. Now there's a T-44 climbing up the cliff over here, and Mr. Soak has spotted him and is still loading the APCR rounds, and that's kind of what you should do. It until kind of now, it was a fairly close range, not close range, but kind of a close battle. They were close on hit points and tanks destroyed, but now the West has basically been won. There's only a Super Pershing over there, so you could switch to the AP, but then again, T-44, BZ-176, Super Pershing, you do need the APCR rounds for those tanks. Maybe not the TVP 100, but still you could probably bounce the AP if you get an unlucky angle against that tank over there. Not really sure what this T-44 was doing, just trying to fight, do some damage before they get taken out, but they get shot by, I'm pretty sure, the T-25 or the charioteer over there. So that means that Mr. Soak can one-shot them, take them out, and move up to 3 kills. But that BZ-176 below is still quite a terrifying challenge. Luckily, the T-32 is doing a good job against them, to be honest, putting in a good couple hits in a tank that is definitely nowhere near as competitive as that premium. Sadly for Mr. Soak, the P-44 Pantera is actually AFK, it looks like, or just a bot, and like that, he definitely could have just moved up forwards maybe 10 meters, maybe taken a couple hits from the TVP 100, but easily taken out the BZ176 later on. But I guess that is not the case, and they are AFK, or the game crashed, or something along the lines of that. The BZ getting spotted once again, maybe from the Pantera, but most likely by the Charioteer on Mr. Soak's right, as the Charioteer puts in a good shot towards the BZ176 and is going to maybe put in the next shot. Is Mr. Soak going to take him out? The EOC being so short, you can't even see over these rocks over here. So a normal light tank, you'd probably be spotting that tank below, but in this you don't. And that is also a main advantage of the EOC, of course. Just loads of tanks, they could just go side hug them, and they basically don't have enough gun depression to take you out. It's basically like the EOC, AMX, BIS in that kind of regard. Now you can kind of do like the EOC side hug of death on many tanks, and you're just so tiny that it's so hard to hit as well when you're going 70 kilometers an hour. And it's just a really good tank, but you do need a good crew and good equipment and consumables in order to make the most of this tank. Now this tank, this game, I guess we haven't really seen too much of the spotting aspect of this tank, but I kind of wanted to showcase that even in tanks that aren't kind of designed on just doing damage, that you still can get into certain situations if you know what you're doing, that you can still do a decent amount for a tier 8 light tank, especially one that only has something like 1100 DPM or somewhere in the regions of that. It's definitely not good, and Mr. Soak has made it work in this game, and there's only 2 tanks left, the TVP 100, which is basically locked down now. There's still a Super Pershing, which has mysteriously vanished, as the Tiger P has been driving around over there for quite some time, still hasn't seen him, so either he's gone back to base or the mid, or just vanished, went to a different map or something, as Mr. Soak puts a one-shot towards the TVP as the TVP takes out the T25AT, but the Charioteer is going in close range, actually misses his shell and gets shot by the TVP in return, or maybe the Super Pershing as well, because both tanks have similar damage per shot, and I'm pretty sure it is both the TVP and the E4, the Super Pershing, both shooting the Charioteer. The Charioteer gets taken out by the TVP, so now it's only the Tiger P, the P44 Pantera, which is AFK, and Mr. Soak over here against the E4, which looks like they were last spotted on near 4 hit points, and the TVP 100, which has just been spotted once again over here. Hopefully for Mr. Soak, that Super Pershing is on really low hit points, because they are only going to get at least 1 more reload, maybe 2 max, after taking out the TVP over here. But as you can see, just so sneaky, right up until they literally went out into the right in the middle, without any bushes in front of them, did the TVP spot them, puts in 1 shot, luckily only 1 shot, up to 5 kills, 3000 damage, and there's the E4. Luckily, as I said, only a 1 shot. I'm not really sure why Mr. Soak kind of fired before fully aiming over there. He did have the time, he wasn't spotted anymore. He had the side of the Super Pershing over there. I definitely would have just waited, fully aimed, and hoped that it hit, because I knew that I definitely had enough time to reload at least once more and get in near him and take him out from behind, or, you know, just go around, mess around, and still take out the Super Pershing. As the Super Pershing takes out the Tiger P, but it's just a little too late for the Super Pershing, as he's still reloaded. Mr. Soak still had enough hit points to take at least 2 more hits from the Super Pershing, and they take out this win with a Top Gun for the EOC AMX. The EOC even 90 even, and you die I made a mistake over there. Let's look at the post-game stats and let's see how well Mr. Soak did in this game. So even after all of that damage, it's only a first-class medal for Mr. Soak with a Top Gun, as I said. 3,067 damage with the 6 kills, 1,268 base experience with a premium account, firing quite a lot of unnecessary but maybe necessary APCR throughout the battle. They only profit 28,500 credits profit, so not too much, especially you're playing those premium tanks to gain those credits, and as we saw in the previous video from Wednesday, you can still earn quite a lot of credits only running a premium account playing tier 6 regular tanks, but I guess sometimes you do need to load the APCR, that gold, to get through those situations to win and at least gain some credits profit and not lose. But for now, that is good. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.